like the old transit had. There was a lot of sweaty nights, there was a lot of condensation dripping from the roof, and I'm sure when we can get back to full capacity and, you know, get a lot more gigs in here, that this place will do the same.
Canberra, thank you for having me in your beautiful town. I love you.
Welcome to Transit Bar. Here we have some of the first looks at the new and improved Transit Bar, a bit of a classic staple venue in Canberra over the last 10-15 years. Got a bit of a different experience to the old Transit Bar, but still trying to keep a lot of the feel of what the old Transit Bar was and, you know, the experiences that people had there.
So it got a bit frustrating with noise complaints and stuff. Like, we were there for a pretty long time, and then all of a sudden we had 2 hotels built on either side of us. Then we had the Waldorf and the YHA above us, and it was just almost impossible to put on live music without one person complaining it's too loud. And so that got really frustrating. And then when it came to COVID, we had to shut down, obviously, as the whole of Canberra did. So we decided to leave and hunt down a new, bigger and better venue.
Obviously it wouldn't be Transit Bar without a gig area. Well, I guess the vision for this place is, you know, to fill that medium capacity venue here in Canberra. You know, there's a lot of beautiful live music in Canberra, but I guess a bit of a lack in this type of size venue. So trying to fit that kind of whole of, you know, a place where locals can, you know, find their feet and get some of their gigs, but then also to host, you know, touring bands, domestic touring bands, international touring bands, trying to become, I guess, a bit of a music hub in the middle of the city. You know, we've got a great location, we're underground, hopefully don't have too many sound complaints. You know, the old transit there was this classic kind of underground, like dingy dive bar kind of feel to it, and this venue has, you know, a lot of the same characteristics. You kind of, you know, you do feel like you're underground, and there's something about that, like, feeling of going down into a space where you're kind of tapping out from the normal world for a little bit.
Definitely seeing like a lot of the old stuff being brought back into here kind of brings back the same vibe, the posters on the wall and everything.
One of the classics of the old Transit Bar was indeed the pool tables. We've kept that in check. We've got 3 new pool tables in at the venue. Prior to Transit Bar taking over this space, it was a Hog's Breath steakhouse for, I think, the better part of 20 years. So yeah, the builder that came in here, Darcy Henderson, did a fantastic job at reclaiming all of this timber and, you know, reusing all of the beautiful hardwood that was already in here from the Hog's Breath build. These kind of custom designed acoustic panels that have been placed all over the venue. I want to say there's something like 180 or 200 of these custom acoustic boards that are made, and, you know, all around the walls, all along the roofs, you'll find these things, which is obviously a massive help deflecting sound and, you know, making the venue sound a lot better, because, you know, if we have an opportunity to create a new Transit Bar, we need to make sure it sounds good. We need to make sure that the bands are having a good time, the punters are having a good time. I'd been in between, I guess, performing myself and going through the emotions in what COVID brought about, where I was no longer touring and performing. So I kind of, you know, came across Transit and I guess loved the new space that they had, and really just wanted to help out and, I guess, help create a space for not only the music community, but the community of Canberra, who, I guess, needed a new home for live music. You know, this is the kind of bar that I wish I had for the last 10 years while I was growing up in Canberra, and it's the kind of place that I would always want to come and hang with my friends and have a few drinks at night or have some food. So it's been really nice to be involved.
Especially with the old venue, there were so many things I wanted to do with the place, but it was just very limited in the space and the things that we could do. Like with this place, at least we can start fresh, whereas the old venue was already there, had already been there for about 20 years. So it was a bit hard to kind of do any renovations. Definitely have a fresh start for Transit and turn it into something bigger and better.
I think a place that a lot of people have kind of been waiting for. So It's been a long time coming, but very excited to open the doors and get people in to see the space.